The break is presented by Browning Trail Cameras. You've got to see this. Closed captioning is brought to you by Antler Extreme Nutritional Deer Products. This week on The Break,
we're at Hooker Mountain Outfitters in Hayden, Colorado. We got Joey, Craig, and Jeff Lamont. They'll be hunting elk. Jason LaPlante and I, we will be hunting mule deer.
I'm here with Joe and Craig. Craig's going to be elk hunting this evening. I'm going to be mule deer hunting. We're going to
Actually, Craig's going to be filming me this evening.
Oh,
I'm going to be elk hunting this evening.
That's right. That's right.
Plant.
We've all got our bucket list hunts, right? The various game we want to hunt during our career, and my list is pretty long, but tops on that list is bow hunting mule deer. Joe Henneman and Craig Heiser have been going to Hooker Mountain Outfitters with Tom Coster to hunt elk for the last 3 or 4 years. They've done well elk hunting because the opportunity rate at Hooker Mountain Outfitters is super high. They also come back with loads of mule deer footage every single year. I've seen enough, I'm in. And Jason LaPlante is in as well. We just need to get drawn for tags. It didn't happen in 2015, but we got a preference point which almost guarantees a tag for the next year. When the 2016 draw results were posted, Jason and I were good to go. We're rolling with Joe and Craig, who'd be elk hunting again this year.
What's going on? That's all I got. That's pretty sad.
We've made it to Hayden, Colorado to start our elk and mule deer hunt. We got Joey, Craig, Dustin Boatwright, and Jeff Lamont. They'll be hunting elk. And Jason LaPlante and I, we will be hunting mule deer. I've never been out west to hunt, and this is a beautiful setting, man. Driving through the mountains was awesome. We went out glassing last night, listening to some elk, and saw some elk bugling. They're really heating up, and then we saw some mule deer. No, we didn't see any mule deer bucks, but saw a lot of those. So we're excited to get started. We're shooting a little bit, getting everything dialed in to make sure it's set for this thin air up here. And we're gonna go put up a couple blinds. Jason and I are gonna hunt mule deer over watering holes. They haven't had much rain here lately, so there's a couple good mule deer coming out to this alfalfa field and hitting these water holes. So we're gonna give that a shot, and we're excited, man. We're gonna go set up our blinds here in a little bit and get going.
September 17th, first night here at Hooker Mountain Outfitters. I'm here with Joe and Craig. Craig's going to be elk hunting this evening. I'm going to be mule deer hunting. We're going to be.
Actually, Craig's going to be filming me this evening.
Oh,
I'm going to be elk hunting this evening.
That's right. That's right.
Plant.
So the plan is Joe's going to climb into a blind on one side of the alfalfa field with Craig filming, and Jason would be on the other side of the field. As they're walking out, they can see there's already elk in the field, so they have to backtrack, get down in the oak brush, and skirt the side of the mountain.
Once they get
For as long as I can remember, the Browning name has meant something to people in the outdoors. So when I went looking for a trail camera that I could depend on, there was only one name that came to mind: Browning Trail Cameras. So if you're looking for a trail camera that's easy to use, is unbelievably reliable, and takes amazing pictures and videos, there's only one brand that I trust: Browning Trail Cameras.
Browning Speed combines advanced fabrics, tailored fit, and innovative camouflage. Hunt harder, faster, and stronger than ever. Speed, killer clothing.
This segment is brought to you by Indian Creek Shooting Systems.
We've made it to Hayden, Colorado to start our elk and mule deer hunt. We got Joey, Craig, Dustin Boatwright, and Jeff Lamont. They'll be hunting elk. And Jason LaPlante and I, we will be hunting mule deer. We're excited, man. I'm gonna go set up our blinds here in a little bit and get going. It's day 2 of our hunt here at Hooker Mountain Outfitters. It's a morning hunt this morning. We're just glassing the fields here. We're still looking for the buck that Jason and I are gonna target. This is normally, from what Tom was telling us, where all the deer hang out, in this valley here and on this mountain. But there seems to be a cat in here, a mountain lion, and it's got them all run off. So things are changing. We're just gonna have to adjust and hopefully find one to target and figure out where they're going. They're just not on the same pattern with this cat up here. So we saw some moving up the mountain down here to my left, and then we actually saw a decent buck up on top of this mountain when we came up here. So hopefully we'll find one that we can get after this afternoon and have some luck. So we'll see. Joey and Craig are down, I don't know where they're at. They're down this mountain somewhere hunting elk, sitting over a water hole. So hopefully they had some luck this morning. So it was a slow start for all of us. The first couple days were warm, in the mid 70s to low 80s, and really dry. For the elk hunters, most of the elk were staying in the higher elevations. For Jason and I mule deer hunting, most of the movement was at night. So we spent our time on top of a mountain glassing for something to hopefully go after. Of course, our standards are much lower than Tom's.
Well, I guess we're doing better than you guys. We at least see some deer. Not that we want to chase, but well, I think nothing we want to chase.
Well, yeah, if Tom wouldn't have been with us, we'd have been flinging arrows.
Weed and you were after it, huh? Oh, is it 5x4?
I think
some kind of kicker or something.
Yeah, that one kind of went down. Yeah. Into day 3 of our hunt, the elk hunters are still blank. They're not seeing anything. Jason and I were seeing mule deer, but just nothing we wanted to make a move on. Until now. All right, well, we've been spotting all morning for mule deer, and we finally saw 2 decent bucks, pretty good bucks, what it looked like, but they were about 2 miles away. So we made a move to cut the distance in half. We got on another peak and we were looking at those, and we noticed that on the face of the mountain where we couldn't see down, there's a really good buck. We come back up this way and we're on top of another peak here, and we're just trying to locate him and see if we can put a stalk on him. So it's very difficult to find him in all this oak brush and this sage grass, but we're going to stay up here till we do, hopefully, and be able to make a move.
Yeah, that's the best one we've seen so far.
Mm-hmm.
We'll watch him hit this over by the creek and we'll go get him.
Well, Jason actually had an encounter with a good buck after camera light the evening prior, so he's targeting that buck. My buck is a no-show, so Tom and I are going to go after this buck, and Jason is going to film it from the top of the mountain. Once we got down where this buck was, the challenge for Tom and I would be finding him in the sage and oak brush, which we couldn't do. So Tom decided to loop around and try to push the buck up towards me. The biggest issue we had was we didn't know where this buck was. We ended up bumping him, and the stalk was over. It's tough. That sage and oak brush looks completely different when you're down in it than what it does on top of the mountain. So the morning hunt's over. We decided to check the Browning trail camera on the water hole to see if the big buck I've targeted has been there. And wouldn't you know it, he was, yesterday morning. I know exactly where I'm going to be sitting the rest of the trip.
It's Tuesday, September 20th. It's actually been a pretty tough few days hunting here. It's extremely dry. Alfalfa fields are burn up. There's just a little bit of green below, so for the mule deer, it's okay. Elk hunters are having a pretty difficult time having any come in. I had a great encounter last night with about a 170-inch deer, and hopefully comes in and we get a good shot on him. Derek had a real difficult time the last few days. He's been doing a lot of glassing. They've had a couple weeks worth of dry spells where about a 160-inch buck was coming in. Check the cameras. He came in yesterday morning, so Derek's going to hunt that deer hard. So hopefully both of us have an opportunity to put down some quality mule deer here with Hooker Mountain Outfitters. So stick with us, and hopefully we have some good news for you here shortly.
Our veterans and those currently serving have selflessly volunteered for duty and risked their lives for the benefit of all Americans. With this in mind, the Niestedt Foundation was established to show gratitude for these individuals by providing the opportunity to participate in unbelievable outdoor experiences. Each event we organize is strongly rooted in our 4 guiding principles: respect, integrity, connecting individuals, and empowerment. Visit niestedt.org to discover how you can create a brighter America for those who have sacrificed so much.
It's our 4th day of our Colorado elk hunt here at Hooker Mountain Outfitters. It's been really slow. Man, I haven't seen an elk in 3 days. It's really hot. It's full moon, but it's all getting ready to change. We got some weather coming in. It's actually cloudy right now, so I'm hoping that with this weather change, these elk start moving again. They're just not moving at all right now. They're here. We just can't see them because they're moving at night. So we're hoping that that's going to change, maybe not tonight, but for sure tomorrow.
Day 4 was slow for everyone, but like Joey said, a front was moving in and things were about to change.
See if Uncle Ben will respond.
He's not coming your way, Joe, and you know exactly where he's going. And just like the 2 previous years, Jeff doesn't have a camera, and he kills.
Yeah, so Joe and I, Jeff set Joe and I up. I was videoing. We got some good video of him probably 200 yards away when he was crossing from the field into the water. I think Joe was pretty excited. I was behind the camera. I was excited to see some animals. I know Joe was excited to see some animals. We saw about 20 crossing right where you told us they were going to be crossing, and put a good shot on it. And
a lot more bugles today, so hopefully it'll pick up for the next 3 days. So we'll get a few more of this.
Well, I'm set up for my afternoon hunt. It's Thursday. I've got 2 more days to get it done. This hunt and 2 more full days, so hopefully something's going to happen. I'm sitting over the water hole again. I'm probably going to give it 1 more day to hunt these big boys, but either that big 4x4, the one that we've been getting pictures of all summer, or the big 3x3, which is 130, 140-inch 3-point. So that's what we're waiting on, but I'm going to be super happy to take any mule deer because I've never killed one. So that 2x2 comes in again, he might be in trouble.
Tonight I'm hunting with Hooker Mountain Outfitters #1 guide, Bud. We're heading up to a water hole that we've been hunting around elk camp Bud's known as the closer. It's not 100% sure he got that name from killing elk, but we'll see tonight. We're gonna be up on a water hole and been hearing a bull up here, so hopefully we can get him to come in tonight. It's getting late in the hunt. Who knows? It's time to start thinking about maybe bringing a cow down. So if one comes in, the opportunity presents itself, we might do that as well. But gonna be a good evening. Temperatures dropped about 10 degrees over the last couple of days. A little cloud cover. So something good should happen.
It's evening of Thursday, September 22nd. Had a pretty good start to this morning. Jeff Lamont harvested a 5x5 bull elk down near the river. I was videoing Joe Henneman. We got some pretty good footage of him about 250, 300 yards away. We knew he was going down the river toward Jeff, and we got a text about 15 to 20 minutes later saying that he got the animal. So it's the first kill for us this week. I'm sitting over an alfalfa field just east of Hooker Mountain. Been working this area pretty hard. Spotted a 170-inch mule deer about 3 evenings ago. Haven't seen him in this field the last two nights. Saw about 3 does last night and about 4 does and a 4-pointer the night before. So hopefully he slides back in here this evening and we get a chance to put him on the ground.
Banks Outdoors is the place that connects family.
Oh my God. Thank you. Yeah. That was unreal.
This is the place that connects friends.
Yeah, bro, you did it.
What a phenomenal story.
This is the place that brings excitement.
3, bro.
Most importantly, this is the place where memories are made.
Dad, I will never forget this moment.
Neither will I, buddy. Neither will I.
Why do I shoot in Indian Creek? He's deader than a hammer. Indian Creek once again.
The break is also brought to you by these fine sponsors.
We're at Hooker Mountain Outfitters in Hayden, Colorado. With hot, dry conditions, it was a slow start to the hunt. But on the 5th day, Jeff Lamont tagged a big 5x5 bull and Jason LaPlante shot a big mule deer. The unfortunate thing for Jason, it seems like he hit the buck a little far forward. He found the arrow and could tell there wasn't much penetration. We let the buck go overnight and searched for it the next morning. We found very little blood and no sign of the buck whatsoever. He'll live to see another day. With lower temperatures, the elk are finally moving. Tom Coster, the owner of Hooker Mountain Outfitters, is with Craig. They're covering some ground trying to close the distance on a bull. It's just a matter of getting into the right position. So here's another situation where they know the animal is hit, but not exactly sure where. Craig said it felt good, but he's not 100% sure, so they let the bull go overnight, and we'd look for him after our last hunt the next morning. So the last morning, I'm hunting with Gary Sin. He spotted a good mule deer on top of the mountain, and we tried to move in on him knowing it would be a Hail Mary, so to speak, but it was the last hunt, and we had nothing to lose. It didn't work out and I was blanked for the trip. Joe is also making his last-ditch effort for an elk. Tom is guiding Joe, Craig's running the camera, and they're into some elk. They're watching these cows, and out of nowhere, there's a bull.
See if we can find a bull.
It's over. Time to go find Craig's.
Well, it was last evening of the hunt, and I got the privilege of hunting with Tom. We went to the back of the ranch, and boy, I tell you what, the weather had changed. There was a little bit of snow on the mountaintops, and temperature had dropped. It was in the low 40s. And as soon as we got back there, I mean, there was animals just going crazy back there. You're just coming out of the woodwork, and we were hoping that you know, some of them would come down and make it to us, but Tom had started calling and got this cow to kind of break from the herd and really start running down the mountain. Brought the rest of them with us, and kind of, as you can see, the rest is history. But I tell you what, it was a fun time. It was really good hunt, good experience. And I tell you, when you get those elk in on you, it just blows your mind. But what a fantastic hunt. Hooker Mountain Outfitters did it again. Hunting was a little slower this time, but you grind it out, especially with these guides. They'll get it done for you. We got an animal on the ground, and we've had opportunities pretty much all week. So just want to thank Tom, and hopefully we get to come back and do this again.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Despite the poor weather conditions during the first 4 days of the hunt, overall it was another successful trip to Hooker Mountain Outfitters. Jeff killed a big 5x5, Craig killed his bull, Jason had an opportunity at a big mule deer, Joe had an opportunity at a bull but shot just under him, and I could have killed several different times but opted to hold out for the big mule deer we had a ton of pictures of. If you're interested in a great hunt and even a better time spent with great people, visit hookermountainoutfitters.com or give Tom Coster a call to check on availability. For value and opportunity, there isn't a better place than Hooker Mountain.